Up next on End of the Day Beer Review, we're going to be looking at Follow the Weather, an alt beer by Gusto Brewing Company. Check it out. Hi everybody, and welcome to End of the Day Beer Review. My name is Rich, and today I'm going to be looking at a offering by Gusto Brewing Company. This is called Follow the Weather, and it is a German-style alt beer. Now, you know, I'm realizing the more I do this channel, the more that there are types of beers I've never tried before, and this is one of them. And I actually had to look up the style, and an alt beer is one of the few indigenous German ale styles, along with the blonde Kolsch from Cologne and the Hefeweizen from Bavaria. It is a crisp, clean-tasting, full-bodied beer, somewhere between 4.7 and 4.9% alcohol, and it is sort of a dark-colored beer as well. You know, coppery color, that type of thing. I'm actually going to be breaking in my Gusto glass that I got from their 4-year package. So let's crack this open, and it is called Follow the Weather, and I think the alcohol is, 4.3% ABV. Let's see. First off, this should pour sort of a dark coppery color, and it does have their logo, but I'm going to actually turn it around so we get some of the color here. And yep, true to form, it is definitely pouring a dark, sort of coppery color with a nice light head, decent amount of carbonation there. I'm not sure if this is the correct glass for this beer, so, you know, feel free to call me out in the comments. A good head. The head is white, a little bit of lacings, but, you know, no legs really to speak of, but at 4.3% alcohol, this is well below what I'm normally looking for in a beer. And the nose, you know, I'm getting sort of a bready smell to it. The malt is there. Yeah, definitely like a nice malt, a nice malty, bready smell to it. So I sort of like that. I'm expecting this to be a little bit lighter, well, a lot lighter, a lot crisper than some of the stouts that I've been reviewing lately. Yeah, I'm definitely getting sort of that bready aroma to it, which I'm assuming is coming off of the yeast. All right, you know, most important thing of all, let's see how it tastes. And before I even taste it, remember, this is a style that I've never tried before, so, you know, I'm gonna try my best to describe it, but I really don't know what to expect with this. So it's got a great mouthfeel to it. It's very light. There's definitely that sort of bready flavor to it. I want to say it's like, how would I describe it? Like on the back of my tongue, I'm getting sort of a mixture of bitterness and sweetness, hence the word bittersweet, I guess. A certain breadiness to it. How can I describe it? You know, the breadiness I'm getting here is sort of from like what you would get from a homemade loaf of bread, not something you would get, you know, out of a bag. Instead, the yeast is there, the maltiness is there, but there's this really nice, especially as it hits the back of your tongue and you get a little of it, like, you know, along with the aroma. There's this really, really nice sort of bready flavor. I don't want to say white bread. It's I don't know. There's something there that's just very reminiscent of baked goods, and I think it is, excuse me, sort of that yeastiness. Now it is more carbonated than most of the beers I drink. A lot of the stouts seem to dial back the carbonation. The carbonation's nice because as I'm drinking it, it's sort of hitting the back of your tongue, and you're getting that back of the palate sort of a sort of flavorful explosion when it also sort of recirculates, I guess, through the sinuses or the sinus passages. I'm not a doctor, but you know, like that's sort of where I'm getting it. You know, I can place it. I can sort of place it now. There's this great aftertaste. I want to say it's very similar to like a freshly baked loaf of bread on the back end with a certain amount of bitter. Is it croissant? Is it just straight bread? It's hard for me to actually put it there. That being said, I really like this style of beer. Yeah, this is nice. This is just, the flavor just bursts on the back of your tongue more than anywhere else. You get that sort of bready, malty flavor, and it is really nice. And talk about a nice, light drinking beer. You know, I'm not waiting for a burn. I'm not expecting it. It's very palatable. It's very enjoyable. I could see having a few of these with a meal. This is a really, really nice little beer. And you know, I know the guys at Gusto always do a really solid job when they produce a beer. So, you know, for me to come across this as my first try on this sort of traditional German style alt beer, I'm really pleased. Like, I trust that they have produced something that's going to be a reasonable representation, well, a good representation of what this style of beer is supposed to be like. Yeah, this is very nice. The aroma is nice. It's light. It's got a crisp feel to it. It's refreshing. It's not heavy. There's a nice flavor to it. Like I said, there's sort of that bready, yeasty. I don't want to say it's not quite croissant, but it's not quite like freshly baked white bread. But it's definitely there. I almost feel like, you know, I feel like it's the aftertaste of sort of, yeah, you know, maybe it is more croissant-ish. And there's some nuttiness to it too. I want to say like an almond, but I'm not sure. There's something else there. This is really complex. And quite frankly, now that I've tried it, especially with the lower ABV, and I like it, I think I'm going to actually seek this style of beer. Now, if the guys at Gusto are brewing more of this, this is definitely what I'm going to be looking for because it is fantastic. And like I said, this is one you could have and not have to worry about, you know, dedicating your entire evening to one type of beer. This is really enjoyable. I got just the slightest hint of the alcohol burn in my stomach, and the can, quite frankly, the can is empty now. So this is a, what is this, a 16-ounce can? I think it's a 16-ounce can. And just now, after drinking half of it, I'm starting to feel just a tiny bit of, it's 1 pint. Okay, so yeah, 16, I think it says 16 fluid ounces. I'm not wearing my glasses, I should be. But it is a beautiful beer, a lovely style. I like everything about it, from the color to the way the head is retaining. The mouthfeel is nice and crisp. The carbonation is spot on, sort of brings out the flavor of this beer. You know, I can't say it enough. If you happen to be down in North Cape May, you really want to stop in at Gusto Brewery. I don't know if this is available there anymore. I'm hoping they'll brew it again, preferably when I'm able to get down there and get some. But, you know, like everything that I've had from their brewery so far has been great. And they've even gotten me a little into IPAs, which IPAs are not my thing. But this is a wonderful style of beer that I would definitely try again. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed the review. If you get a chance, I definitely pick it up, if only to try the style of the alt beer. I sort of dig the fact that this is one of the original German forms of beer as well. I hope you enjoyed the review. Please like, subscribe, comment below. If you've had an alt beer or have one that you could recommend to me, I'd love to hear it because I'd like to try more of this style of beer. With that, I'm going to finish this one off. Have a good night.